Martin Bakole fails to impress against Efe Ajagba. Now, the problem in this fight is one problem only for Martin Bakole, and that was his weight. For the life of me, I do not understand why Martin Bakole is in the ring weighing 299 pounds. I don't get it. In the Joseph Parker fight, he did not have a training camp. He just had 3 days notice, or even 2 days, and he came in and he got knocked out. That is understandable. In the Efe Ajagba fight, Martin Bakole had the whole time to get in weight, to get in shape, and to be in fighting shape. And Martin Bakole turns up 299 pounds. And for a guy that has the reputation of being a boogeyman, which reputation now is gone, right? For the guy that has a fighting style of seeking and destroying, you're meant to be a little bit light on your feet to be able to get to your target quicker and then land those bombs. But how is Martin Bakole going to get to his target with that belly? How is Martin Bakole going to get to the target coming into the ring weighing 299 pounds? I don't want to hear Billy Nelson or anybody else blaming anything but Martin Bakole and his team. That Joseph Parker fight should have taught Martin Bakole to always stay in shape. He's a fighter. You're a fighter. You're meant to stay in shape as always, because anything can happen. And he did not learn anything from that Joseph Parker fight. In this fight against Efe Ajagba, you could see that Martin Bakole somehow was dominating the ring. He was having the ring generalship because Efe Ajagba kept fighting on the back foot. Martin Bakole used his jab very well. But the thing is that he needed to be able to get to the target quicker. So his feet need to be quick. And for his feet to be quick, he needs to be nimble on his feet. And to be nimble on your feet, you have to lose some weight. Because Efe Ajagba is moving side to side, backwards. He needs to cut the ring. And to cut the ring, you need to lose some of that belly fat, some of that fat on your body to be able to, get to the target quicker and then land those shots and then get out. Martin Bakole was not able to do that. There's a lot of people on the internet now arguing that Efe Ajagba won that fight. And you got to sit there and look at it and go, they may have a point. Because, Bakole was not able to do what he was doing. Yes, he was putting pressure, but he wasn't landing as he is meant to land. And Efe Ajagba was sneaking in with some really good shots as well. You see, that Jared Anderson fight was a fight that there was no pressure on Martin Bakole to win. Like, I picked Martin Bakole to win against Jared Anderson, but I thought there's no pressure here. All the pressure is on Jared Anderson because he was, touted to be the best heavyweight in the US and the one that he was the fighter with the name. So everyone was looking at Jared Anderson to go, the pressure is on you to do something. The pressure wasn't on Martin Bakole. So that win looked really good because he went into the US and fought and won. But now the pressure was on Martin Bakole and he failed. You see, when the pressure is on, not a lot of fighters are able to fight with that pressure. And that comes with being an elite fighter. That comes with being a champion even. Because you have to defend your titles over and over again. And the pressure is on for you to win every fight. And Martin Bakole, when the pressure is on, when the moment came for him to show the world that he is the so-called boogeyman, he was not able to do it. And that all boils down to not being in shape, not behaving like a fighter, not training like a fighter, not living the life of a fighter. And it seems like I'm ranting here, guys, but I for the life of me do not understand it, because I thought this is the moment for Martin Bakole to go and show that he is amongst, the best in the division right now. Like, he can compete with the likes of although Joseph Parker knocked him out, but he came in 2 days notice, so we can understand that. So this was Martin Bakole's moment to go in there, get rid of Efe Ajagba, the way he's been saying that he was going to do the whole time. The whole time, Martin Bakole has been talking about how he's going to knock out Efe Ajagba. So he should have done it. That's what he said he was going to do, and he should do it. But he can't do it because he's not training properly. He's not losing weight properly. He's not behaving like a fighter during fight camp and, after fight camp. He's not behaving like that, because if you are in fight camp, I'm not saying Martin Bakole should come here with 6 packs and everything. I'm talking about a fighter coming in fighting shape. And I know that he's a heavyweight, so you don't have to be in a shape or on weight particularly. But as a heavyweight, as a fighter, you need to know which weight that is your optimal weight to come in so you can have the best performance. Look at Usyk, for example. Usyk is a prime example of an absolutely professional. Usyk, since he came into heavyweight, has always come in around the same weight. 220, 219, or maybe 222. Usyk has never gone above that. He's always stayed in the same weight because he knows that around that weight is when he has his best performance. It's when he's able to be nimble, when he's able to dodge shots, is when able to land. And that is a fighter that is a prime example of a consummate professional. And Martin Bakole has nobody to blame but himself, because he has not behaved like a consummate professional throughout this fight and before this fight against Joseph Parker. For the fight itself, Martin Bakole was in there. He was trying to get to Efe Ajagba. But when you're fighting a guy that's fighting on the back foot, and you're the guy that have the pressure to win, you need to apply the pressure. But you need to apply the pressure in the way where you're getting to your target quicker enough to get your shot off. And Martin Bakole was not able to do that. Now, we're going to have Billy Nelson make interviews and make excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. It was a poor performance. People now are arguing that Efe Ajagba won. I don't know if they want to do a rematch, or Turkey Al Sheikh wants a rematch, because that wasn't the most exciting fight to watch. And now, Martin Bakole's boogeyman status, or being the best in the division, or being one of the best in the division, it's gone. It's evaporated. It's gone. Right? And now he has to fight his way back. He has to fight his way back into contention for any championship belt, because it doesn't really look good. He had the momentum and he had to take the momentum. Him and his team had to ride the momentum and stay in shape and behave like boxers. This is what happens when you don't. And people keep talking about fighters have to be professional. These are the reasons why. And Efe Ajagba, it seems as though his stock has risen in this fight, and Martin Bakole's stock has really gone down. When I don't think anyone, and I'm sure some of you guys picked Efe Ajagba to win, which was fair enough. But a lot of people that I spoke with picked Martin Bakole to win, and I picked Bakole to win this fight because I think Bakole is a better, fighter. None of these guys are better boxers, but I think Bakole has the weight on it as an advantage, and is the much heavy hitter in the fight, and therefore I thought he was gonna overcome Efe Ajagba. But props to Efe Ajagba. He held, his himself in that ring, and he gave a very good account of himself, and you can't knock him for that. For Martin Bakole, there's questions all over. There's questions everywhere. And he needs to look at his team. He needs to look at his performance. He needs to look at his weight. He needs to look at what he does after fights and before fights. He needs to think about his next fight. Because if Martin Bakole does not look good in his next fight, I'm sorry to say, but the time will be running out for him. You guys get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Martin Bakole having a lackluster performance against Efe Ajagba. As always, if you do enjoy what we do on this channel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. I'll see you guys on the next one.